everybody, and welcome again to my YouTube channel. And today I'm excited because I'm going to dive into what is known as the gray divorce. That's right, gray divorce. The couples over 50 are filing for divorce at a rate that's nearly doubled in the past 30 years. And if you thought that divorce in your 30s or 40s was complicated, let me tell you, a gray divorce comes with its own set of unique, high-stakes challenges. Think of this. Why are these long-term marriages breaking down? For many, it's the classic growing apart scenario, people falling out of love after decades together. Once the kids are grown and gone, couples are left staring at a partner they no longer connect with. There's no intimate connection. There's no emotional connection. They sort of distance themselves away from each other. Others are fueled by financial independence, especially women who now feel empowered to stand on their own. And of course, there's always the factor of longevity. Remember, people are living longer. And maybe one might say after the kids are going, look, I don't think I can live with you for another 25 or 30 years. And that means it's more time to reconsider who they want to spend those extra years with. But here's the thing. When it comes to gray divorce, the stakes could not be higher. And we're talking about splitting up assets that have been accumulated over decades. We're talking about your house. We're talking about your retirement plan. We're talking about businesses. We're talking about bank accounts. When you're dealing with New Jersey's equitable distribution laws, you can bet that every penny counts. One of the biggest issues in gray divorce is retirement. Divorcing later in life means you're at the doorstep or retirement, or you may be already there. And suddenly the pension or your 401k that you were counting on and relying on all the years that you work in your golden years is now on the line. So let me break this down. A couple who's been married for 30 years is now splitting. The retirement accounts are likely to be their largest asset other than their home. In New Jersey, retirement assets are subject to equitable distribution. So if you're not paying attention or working with an attorney who knows what they're doing, you could be lost and lose half of your retirement savings overnight. And if you're the spouse who wasn't the primary breadwinner, don't think you're automatically set up to take care. There are legal strategies, some ethical and some not, that can be used to protect this man's assets or her assets, depending on who's the biggest wage earner. Without proper guidance, you could end up walking away with much less than you're entitled to. Now, let's talk about the family home. For many couples, it's their most sentimental asset, if not their most valuable. The question is, who's going to keep it? Do you sell it and split it? Do one of you want to keep it? Which means you have to buy the other one out. And that could mean that you may receive a larger portion of your liquid assets like cash or stocks if your spouse decides he wants to buy up the house. So if you want to buy the house, you could potentially be losing out on your pension because you might not be liquid enough to pay off your spouse. So always remember, I always tell my clients it's better to sell the house than to decide you want to buy it because you also have to make payments on that. So if you raise your kids, you lived there for 30 years, there could be sentimental value, and it isn't easy to always walk away. And you have to consider the upkeep costs and the mortgage payments. Another critical issue we see in gray divorce is health insurance. If one spouse has been relying on the other's employee-sponsored plan, losing that coverage could be devastating, especially if they're too young for Medicare. So COBRA is an option, but we all know that that is expensive. And we also all know that going online to newjersey.com looking for insurance, it's costly for very little bit of insurance. Medical expenses in the later years of life can be astronomical, and without the proper safety net, divorce can leave you financially vulnerable. That's why working with professionals to ensure the continuity of your health insurance coverage is crucial. And most lawyers just go about saying, okay, well, you get your own insurance, he gets his own insurance, not considering the fact that there's no way that the other spouse can live with this insurance. But the one other thing about gray divorce is alimony. Permanent or long-term alimony is on the table. If one spouse was working for decades, they're entitled to receive support for a durational period of time up to the length of their marriage. It considers the lifestyle that you live and the earnings of both parties. Here's where things get tricky. The paying spouse may argue that his retirement should reduce his alimony obligations, while the receiving spouse will fight tooth and nail to maintain the standard of living. These battles get really nasty. I have seen them. So what's the takeaway here? Gray divorce is complex, it's high stakes, and it's not anything you want to navigate without an expert on your side. You need someone who knows how to protect your assets, safeguard your future, and get you the results that you deserve. Because at the end of the day, divorce isn't just about ending a marriage. It's about securing the rest of your life. And that's not something you can leave to chances. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please hit the like button, the subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I'm sending out another provocative, spectacular video. Until the next time, have a great day.